What's going on, y'all? This GA. So there's some of you on here that are pastors. There's some of you that see my video and you're thinking about pastoring, and that's fine. But this is for the ones who are pastors, but you're feeling kind of like, okay, well, what's next? Everybody that the Father calls into being a pastor does not stay there. And it doesn't mean you missed the mark. It doesn't mean that you missed that you didn't hear him correctly. It doesn't mean none of that. Sometimes pastoring, when he puts you in a position of pastoring, it's just to train you in the levels that you need to be trained in into the so you could get into the greater things that he's called you to do. Path that journey of pastoring is leading you into the great call, into who you are called to be in the kingdom. It doesn't mean you stay there and be that. For some it does. For some they are called to just be shepherds, to just be pastors, and that's fine. But this is for the ones that are not. You're called to be more. You're called to do more. And I was reading my Bible today, and so this kind of came in my heart because that's basically what happened to me. I pastored for 8 years, and the Father told me, He says, I'm gonna remove you from that because that was just a training ground to get you to where I got you going. So He used that, and I learned so much in that, learned so much through it, and so this may be the case for you too. It's a training ground to get you to where you're going. So don't feel dismayed. Don't feel like you missed the mark. Don't feel depressed. Don't be full of anxiety. If you got anxiety, give it to the Father. He says, if you give it to me, I'll take it. I'll get that rid of you. You get what I'm saying? So look, stay focused on what He has you doing. And if you find yourself in that place and you're pastoring, you're like, you know what? I understand where I'm at, but I just feel like there's something more. There's something more. There's something missing. There's something that, I feel like the grace is leaving in this position, and the Father's trying to lead me into something else. That doesn't mean that you were a bad pastor. That doesn't mean that you was a weak pastor. That doesn't mean none of that. It means that the Father has called you to that position for a specific amount of time to learn what you needed to learn how. Let me show you. Let me help you understand what you learned. You learned how to lead. You learned how to lead people with different attitudes, different characteristics. You learned how to create a staff. You learned how to lead a staff. You learned how to even speak in front of other people and speak to them the word of the Father, and how to speak it, how to discern, how to listen, how to cast out demons, you get what I'm saying? So it's always a training. It's always training. You learn business. You also learn business. What is administration? Business. That's all that is. You getting what I'm saying? Learn how to lead a people. There's a lot of things you learn at being a pastor. So don't think it's strange that the Father is calling you to something great. It doesn't mean you missed the mark. You didn't miss the mark. You did what you were supposed to do, but now He's transitioning you into something greater. He has more work for you to do for something else. So take that burden off your shoulders. And like I said, this is only for the ones that are in this place. Some of you are called to be a pastor, and you are in the place where you're supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people ain't gonna understand that. They're not gonna understand being a pastor is only training ground. They're not gonna understand that. And you have to be okay with them not understanding that. But I'm going to tell you this. When you decide to humble yourself, submit yourself to the Father and say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to do what you want me to do, and I'm going to let this go. Then the Father going to start debriefing you. And it may take a couple of years. He's going to start debriefing you, and He's going to start showing you where you missed the mark. He's going to be showing you where you didn't. He's going to show you where you grown, where you didn't grow. He's going to show you where you passed the test, where you didn't pass the test. And through all of that, he's still going to be maturing you and growing you in the things of the Father. You getting what I'm saying? So didn't mean to be on here that long, but I did come on to encourage you, especially those that are in this place of pastoring and you feeling that grace leaving of pastoring and you feeling like, okay, there's more that I have to do. There's more that the Father's calling me to. Follow the voice of the Father. Follow his peace. Follow his grace. All right. So until next time, this is GA. Love you much. Talk to you soon. Peace.